Are you going to want me to blow your mind right up front, or do you want me to do it at the end of this part?
Let's come in hot. Let's
We're
go big
oh,
early.
I'm coming in super hot. I mean, this
So
is
what category does this fall under? Is this a long shot? Is this a guarantee? Is this what you want to see?
this is based on a comment you made on our PSA where you said we're going to be making completely baseless, maybe not even
Wild,
accurate,
unsubstantiated speculation. Yeah.
unsubstantiated speculation. It's not even, nobody's said anything about any of this.
Okay. So we'll call it a long shot.
The Matrix,
Whoa.
a new game based in the Matrix universe.
Wow. What was the last?
Enter the Matrix.
And that's the one where they actually retconned the ending, right?
Yes, it was good. It had Jada Pinkett in it. It followed her and Ghost. Let's say this: Am I dying to have a really good modern game in the Matrix? Yes. Is this a long shot? I mean, God, yes, absolutely. Would it be freaking cool? For sure.
My long shot guess for something that could show up at the Game Awards is Days Gone 2. That had a rough launch, but that was a game that gathered a cult following. You know, that's one of those games where it gained momentum post launch, and by the time I got to it, because it was one of those things that I didn't even play it for a while simply because of what I had heard about it. And by the time I got to play it, whatever polish they had done on it, it was all complete. By the time I got to it, it was a complete, clean, polished experience, and I loved it. And we've talked about it on the show before. The game director has said multiple times that it's over. Like, they're not doing it. It didn't sell well enough. There's not going to be a sequel. But I'm a professional wrestling fan. There's the truth, and then there's kayfabe, which is what you want people to think is the truth. And I think there's a little bit of kayfabe going on with this guy at Sony Bend Studios. They were working on another project, and that project actually got canceled months ago. And so their resources are freed up. It's a long shot, but I want it to happen. I hope it will be a thing. But that is my long shot. Is that we could potentially see Days Gone 2.
I think you're right. I love Sam Witwer. I'm not really into zombie games that are outside of World War Z. I think actually captured the zombie world that I would like to live in. My third long shot, also Sam Witwer, Star Wars. The Force Unleashed
also
3.
Sam Witwer. I was like, I know where he's going.
The Force Unleashed 3. And or a Darth Maul game. But dude, I feel like we're not going to get through this video game awards without a Star Wars announcement. I really do.
There have obviously been some lowlights whenever it comes to Star Wars, like what was the
Outlaws.
Outlaws, thank you. So there's been some lowlights, but there's also been some incredible highlights, like the Fallen Order and the Jedi Survivor games.
Yes.
Those have been outstanding. They've been great. Thank you. They've been great.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Stellar. Those were stellar games.
Oh, I love Stellar. It's one of my favorites.
So I would love to see that. I would love to see, and again, The Force Unleashed was also the first time that I could remember in a video game, because there had been Star Wars games before that, but that was the first one in the video game where I really felt like I was doing this. Like, you really felt like you weren't just pushing a button. You had a tangible impact on something.
When you were bringing that Star Destroyer back down, man, come on.
Or tearing railing off of the side of a thing. Like that was the first one where I really felt like I'm doing this.
I feel like Andor would be a good call. I feel like Force Unleashed would be a good call. I feel like we're obviously going to get some new footage on Zero Company.
Okay, well, now let's move. So those are our long shots. So now let's get on to what we would like to see. So Zero Company is a good place to start.
Yeah, Zero Company. It looks like, and
it's been a long time since we heard about it.
Yeah, but it looks like it's built a lot like Warhammer Rogue Trader, where it's a turn-based XCOM, Baldur's Gate 3 kind of mashup. Um,
And
all
I've been
your
waiting
classic,
impatiently for XCOM 3, so I would love
yeah,
something to jump in and fill that void.
all your classic Star Wars archetype tropes are in there. You got a Mandalorian and a Jedi and all those things, a smuggler, and um, so it looks like you're going to be able to build whatever kind of team you really want. I definitely want to see some Star Wars Zero Company stuff.
What I would like to see and kind of expect to see is Wolverine. I expect to see more from the Wolverine game, from Marvel's
Yeah,
Wolverine. You know, we got the quick teaser some time ago. Then we got the brief thing earlier this year, where the big important thing that we got was basically confirmation that's going to be M-rated, because obviously he's sticking claws in people and he's splitting people open. So we got that, but I think that I really would like to, and I expect that we probably will get some kind of acknowledgement and additional footage from the Wolverine game.
go for it.
Mass Effect 5. I expect that we will see something from Mass Effect 5.
My thing is this, and I think you'll agree with me when I say this. If BioWare does not come to the table with something about
Yep.
Mass Effect 5, because I guarantee you the Expanse Osiris Reborn is showing up for this show. They're getting slapped around like a school kid right now on the
Yep. They had
playground.
3 failures back to back to back. Most game
Yeah.
companies do not survive that. You get 2, you're gone. 3, it's a guaranteed out. To have 3 and still get to release another game is virtually unheard of. It's like the UFC. You lose 3 fights, you're cut. So to have somebody that makes it beyond that is almost unheard of. This is 100% their last hurrah. They have one shot to get this right now.
Here's the thing, once the Expanse got announced, if you're BioWare and you're not trying to come to the table with something, then just quit.
And not
Just
to mention,
stop.
how many N7 days have we gone now since they announced that they were working on Mass Effect 5?
Yeah.
And then it's been like 3 at
When was
least.
that video with
I don't
Liara
even
walking
know
through the
anymore.
snow?
I don't even know anymore. It was pandemic era. It all feels like 6 months. This year was another year in 7 days, November 7th. For those that may
Yeah.
not be aware, November 7th is like the day where they sort of had these. It used to be a day where they would have sales, announcements, things like that. But ever since
Yeah.
they just launched out of the starting blocks and embarrassed themselves with Mass Effect 4, every N7 day has been very quiet. Very, very quiet. And they'll just have a post on Twitter where they're like, "We're working on it. We're doing
We're
things."
still alive in here.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. They have it's been announced. We've gotten nothing, but we are just a couple of weeks removed from another N7 that has come and gone with nothing other than we're doing things, guys. We're still working on it. And like you said, the Expanse and Osiris Reborn has exploded. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
even know if they expected that to take off the way it did. They
No.
showed a clip of it as part of a collage of other things, and everybody was like, "That? What is that?" And it has just taken on a life of its own. So
Yeah.
they have to respond. They have to respond. Because if they don't, now granted, they could still make a good game, but this is one of those things where you have to let people know that you're still alive. Like you have to let
Yeah.
people know that there's still hope. Like you have to send a sign of life to where, like, hey, we hear you. We saw what you saw. We're doing something too. You know,
I'm
you
just
you
I'm
can follow us.
I'm just worried they're going to be here's the world premiere of the Mass Effect crossover DLC for the Expanse Osiris Reborn. But still, yeah, they got to come correct.
That's one of my things where I do expect a response. How about you? What else do you expect will be there? Not necessarily a sure thing, but that you expect to see.
Well, I think 007 will be there, but just simply because it's one of the
Ride the
most
wave.
anticipated games of the year.
It's
I
definitely
think what
Hardcore
they'll
Casual's most anticipated game.
yeah,
Jay and I
and
have been on that train since it got announced.
I think they'll have some of it new, but I think they're going to lump that in with the whole Q branch reveal, Aston Martin reveal, and then have something new, another part of the puzzle to show
I agree
us.
with you. Now, question is, do you think that it will be a thing where they just say world premiere and we get a 1 minute like cinematic trailer, or do you think it'll be a thing where they're like, please welcome to the stage?
I think it's going to be a welcome to the stage. I
Me too.
also
Me
think
too.
that they're going
It's going to
to
be like an
double
extended, like
down.
maybe like a gameplay, like a mission or
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah. Me too.
I think they're going to double down, and we're going to get another Hitman World of Assassination James Bond crossover.
Well, that would be great. They also, just random thing here, they did just announce they're doing an Eminem thing for World of Assassins where you are Eminem, like you are partnering
Yeah,
up with Eminem to kill Slim
Slim
Shady.
Shady. Yeah, yeah, saw that. But and I'm looking forward to that obviously too. But I think we'll get another Bond crossover Hitman. I hope they go retro, man. I'd like to see Christopher Lee's Scaramanga be in there. That would be awesome from
Well,
Island of Doctor No or whatever. But
I do think that they've got to be careful about their crossovers though, because as you had mentioned before, and I think this is
yes,
I think what you've said is what's going to happen, where they will have classic scenarios, classic missions, and
yes,
then you will play them out in the game like you do in World of Assassination for Hitman. So I think they like, would it be beneficial to have like a crossover? Yes, but I also think they need to keep a lot of those close to the vest, because I think that you're right. I think they're going to have classic missions that you will play through in the game.
yeah, and I think that's great. I think you have so many to choose from though that I think you. That's why I say go way back to where only people my age would remember it.
Do you have any sure things where you're like, there's no way this Game Awards passes without this happening, without this being announced, without this being shown?
I think we'll see the naval content from Battlefield 6. I think we'll see the zombies content from Black Ops 7 just to get it out of the way.
Man, they are fighting from behind on that one.
Yeah, I think we will see Arc Raiders, some type of DLC expansion for Arc Raiders. I think we will see the Helldivers 2 roadmap because they're nominated for a couple of different categories. So I feel like they feel obligated to show up with some stuff. I think we'll get the Monster Hunter expansion for Wilds.
I'm going to start saying one, and then you will immediately, even before I am finished, you will be like, "Oh yes," and I will say Hideo Kojima's next game is 100% going to be on there. Now, whether it is, and this is where the preference comes in, I want it to be Fizzant. I want more info on Fizzant, but it might be the other one that he's working on with the girl that plays Fragile in the Death Stranding series. You know, he's
Leia
also working on
Sadu.
that game. But 100%, it's the Game Awards. It's the Keyleys. We are not getting out of here without getting a Hideo Kojima world premiere.
I think it will be the Fizzant.
Hope so. I hope so, man.
I
That's
think
the
it
one
will
that I'm
be.
really interested in.
Oh, I also think we'll see some new footage on the Resident Evil.
The last thing I want to say is some of the rumors. So some of the rumors that are hitting the news cycle right now is I guess the biggest one would be Control 2. So Remedy is an interest. So Remedy is the developer that
Yeah.
makes,
Yeah.
you know, they do Alan Wake. They've done Control.
Yeah.
They do all the what was the one where you were Iceman and it was the time traveling thing.
Quantum Break.
Quantum Break, yes. So they do all of these, and they're all great. I love their games.
Yeah.
I love their method of storytelling. I love their games. They clearly put a lot of work into them. They're very high quality, but they never seem to take off. Like they never seem to. They're always cult hits. They're never blockbusters. They're never
Yeah.
just like runaway hits. They're always things that people talk about. You know, and hardcore gamers will talk about Alan Wake or this or that, but they never like have a breakout success. But they still continue to be able to do it. So I'm kind of marvel at. I kind of marvel at their ability to, even though they don't have an outright hit, to still be able to like come out with these sequels or new projects, and especially to the degree of fidelity that they do. These are not low budget outings. These are big budget, high def, insane graphics. But they managed to keep doing it. But that's one of the big rumors out there, is that Control 2 will be mentioned. Another one is that there's rumors that one of the announcements will be a Final Fantasy 9 remake in the vein of Final Fantasy 7. Some other things that we have rumored was another game from Naughty Dog. So we already know that the sci-fi game that they're working on. We know Uncharted 5 that they're working on, but there is rumor that there is a third project that they are working on at the same time with all of those that's going to be announced. We talked about Half-Life 3, but the other one is, and this one's always rumored and it never happens, and that is a Bloodborne remaster at 60 frames per second. They say it every time and it never happens.
I must